You were saying before the election it's going to be a Liberal minority, but I don't know if you saw this kind of frozen in time kind of moment. Just top line, what's the story of the race from yesterday?
Well, the story of the race, and maybe this should be the lesson for all of the federal parties, is that, for the Liberals, yes, they will be forming a government because they won the greatest number of seats and they're the incumbent. But there should be a little bit of a wake-up call for the Liberals. The fact that more than 2 out of every 3 Canadians voted against them should be a wake-up call. And, this is, and it looks like at least the Conservatives under Erin O'Toole realize that if they want to ever have a chance to form a government, they need to try to move towards the center, not to the center, but towards the center. I think perhaps maybe the big takeaway in this last election is that if the Liberals keep doing what they're doing before, there's probably no likelihood of them forming a majority government, because they're just repeating the same thing by trying to appeal and shift to the left. So maybe the lesson should be, if any party wants to form a majority government, it should try to move towards the center. I'm not sure we heard that from Justin Trudeau last night. I think what we heard from Justin Trudeau is that he's just going to continue as he has for the last number of years. Right. And I think that's a recipe for trouble in the long term for the Liberal Party of Canada.
Although, he didn't make any gains in Quebec, the Bloc maybe blocked that. Let's just go down regions. Erin O'Toole proposed that he's from Durham region. He said, I will move my party towards the center. It will not be your dad's Conservative Party. We're going to have a price on carbon. I'm going to support LGBTQ. I'm going to trot out Brian Mulroney, and I'm not going to be Stephen Harper. And I'm going to, in return for that, I'll get big gains in Quebec and big gains in Ontario. What was the story of Ontario? What was the story of Quebec?
Well, the story in Quebec was that the Conservatives, although they did pick up 1 seat, realistically didn't make any kind of breakthrough. I think a lot of that had to do with the debate performance of Erin O'Toole in the TVA debate especially, and also the controversy related to the ban on assault weapons, which was basically a non-starter in the province of Quebec. In Ontario, the thing is for the Conservatives is that has to be the meat and potatoes for any kind of Conservative win. And getting into the 905 and more progressive voters into the 905 has to be the strategy, because if not, then the Conservatives will be mired in not being able to form any kind of government. And the interesting thing is that one of the regions where they did make gains was in Atlantic Canada. And that's good news, because usually when the Conservatives have a chance to form a government, they're much more competitive in Atlantic Canada. So it's like trading, a little bit of trading, losing a bit in the West and picking up in the East.
Okay, People's Party, what was the impact in it? No seats, but that doesn't mean no influence. What was the influence of the People's Party?
Well, I think what we saw was, although the People's Party's been around since 2019, I think actually this was the debut of the People's Party as a real protest movement that had mobilized and galvanized 5% of Canadians, and that's a significant number of Canadians. And the thing is that in some tight races, they were spoilers for the Conservatives. So now there's a new dynamic in terms of the what I'll say the political calculus. And Erin O'Toole needs a strategy. Not only does he need a strategy for his own caucus and for his own party, he needs a strategy to respond to the People's Party if he wants to have any chance of building some sort of Conservative coalition to challenge the Liberals. Big question for Maxime Bernier. Where is he going to run? Does he want to run? Does he want to get into the House of Commons? Or will he just be kind of lurking in the internet, taking shots at Erin O'Toole on a consistent basis? So it'll be interesting to see what Bernier does in the next while and what he sees his role is in terms of specifically probably attacking Erin O'Toole.
Yeah, you wonder if he likes it on the outside. He didn't even show up in his own riding at the Beauce. He lost it, but wasn't even there for the vote. Nik Nanos, founder and chief data scientist at Nanos Research. You can chill out now. Take a break. Thanks, Nick.